Any other input, Joe Fields? You're intimate with a lot of the details on the structure of the operating the railroads.
Well, we have a unique system in Alaska. For the last 60 or 70 years, we've been heading toward some type of self-governance. We've been looking at being a community of people that governs themselves. We have a constitution, but a lot of the development of federal laws. I think there was a good story that I recall Senator Sam Ervin being here in Fairbanks to give a speech post-Watergate. He was a popular character and he was a constitutionalist. And we sat in an auditorium together, and Joe Vogler sat one row back from me, right adjacent here. And he asked, when he got to the point that he asked for questions, Joe shot up and put his hat off and said, I demand that you tell me, and in very big words, of course, very big voice, I demand that you tell me why you voted against Alaska statehood. Audible gasp went through the whole room, and Senator Sam sat back and, like Foghorn Winslow, and said, well, sir, I'll tell you, we weren't entered into the Union equally. I couldn't abide by such something down in using some nice fancy language. But the whole point was that Alaska came in with such an inequitable basis of land that we had 103 million acres and so forth, and ultimately the state now has ANILCA, which is the Alaska National Interest Lands Conservation Act, and there is no Colorado National Interest Lands Conservation Act or Mississippi or anything else. So we have an entire state that's structured completely different than the other states. And one of those things is that it's state ownership. And of course, from that state ownership, all those resources that we all get a lot from, we do get dividend checks and that sort of thing. But the point of state ownership was that the highest value for resources would be attained if we delivered to the people. And the people are the state of Alaska, apparently, because the state is what receives that funding, and then a small amount trickles out. And when you talk about taxation or payment in lieu of taxes, they say, well, we already give you block grants and we give you capital, you're in the capital budget. But that's already accorded us. That's not in lieu of the payments for the use of land. So it's some differentiations. It's an ongoing process. We really have to look at how the state is structured and understand that two of our principal advocates and financial benefactors, Ted Stevens and Don Youngs, both say today that they're out of power and to wise up and understand you need to do something different. So we're faced with a structural and systemic crisis in Alaska. 40 billion in the bank or not. 40 billion is two channel tunnels. You know, it's not a lot of money. So I just say let's really look at how we lead our community. Look at people like Wolfgang and other people who are out there rising up and looking for a chance to lead the community. And of course, vote for me on October 2nd.
Thanks, Joe. You definitely have more insight than the other candidates on this issue, and thanks for responding.
I'm sorry, I got to run.
Yes.
I'm glad you did this.
Tomorrow noon, Wolfgang is putting on a forum on the homeowner exemption, and you're invited to that.
Where's that?
Right here.
I was in the wrong place too. We might have a few more people. Hang on a second. This is what I was talking about earlier. It's a letter that they don't print. Well, no, I mean, he promised me, and but now I'm handing him around to avoid them. It's very important.
This is the one the borough just signed into.
Yeah, they proposed that bill on the morning of the sessions, and they passed it at night. No public input, you know, except for the university people. They had it all prepared, you know, 6 people there. They never rehearsed and right in line of the other.
Well, it's big money. Yeah, big money.
Well, thanks for coming. Thank you. Any input or comments? Well, I'm trying to get it out there anyway.